this shit. We killed this shit.
Welcome to episode 13 of the In the Four Corners of Wrestling Gaming Pod. I messed up, but it's okay. I'm the guest special guest host. So listen, this is my first time doing this, and I'm gonna mess up a whole bunch. But my name is Hollywood Mike T, and I'm here in the place to be with my guys from In the Four Corners Wrestling Podcast. Let's go with my man Jay Will. How you doing, Jay Will? Woo! Flair Country, holla at me.
Woo! What's up, Mike? Good to see you, man.
Well, you're not actually seeing me at this current moment, but it's okay. Good to see you as well. I thought you was going to make a joke, but it's okay. You didn't make a joke. I thought you was going to make a joke of how I messed up the intro, but it's good. It's cool. Then we're gonna
it's cool. I got you later.
From Washington, D.C., Mr. PipeBomb. What's poppin', man?
Apparently not you.
That was a good one. That's what I expected from you. What's poppin', man? How you doing, man?
Hollywood, what's going on, man? Good to hear you. Good to be in the ring with you, bro.
Yes,
what's cracking?
Yes. Go ahead. What'd you say?
So what's cracking? You ready?
Yeah, man. I am ready. Before I get into anything, before we get into the show, I want you guys to tell everybody how your week was, man. Started with Colin. How was your week, man?
Man, just, taking it one day at a time, work, family life. Yeah. Same old, dude.
Man, give me some more details. What did you do this week, man?
I mean, dude, it's a fucking pandemic. So there's not much to do. I mean, seriously, there's nothing going on. I didn't go bowling. I didn't go to the mall. I didn't go to the movies. I stayed at home and hung out with my family, and we watched movies and spent time. That's actually the most important thing, spending time with your family. So yeah, it was a good week.
It's Valentine's Day. Do you have anything planned?
Not going to the movies, not going to the I mean, it's just, basic things, just flowers and a little bit of, maybe some dinner and stuff like that, and maybe watch a good movie, see what's on HBO Max. Plug.
What?
HBO Max. You don't have HBO Max?
No, I don't have that. I don't pay for that type of stuff.
Okay, well, you need to get your skills up. That's it.
I'm running a network my darn self, man. Hey, don't be hating. Hey, hey, Jay Will, Valentine's Day, man. Tell me about your week and tell me what you got planned today, man.
So we don't really celebrate Valentine's Day, but we still just going to spend some quality time. We kind of going through the MCU timeline right now. We're currently on Captain America Winter Soldier, so we'll be watching that today. This week, man, I had a kind of a very busy week. My band, we recorded a live stream for Mochella. You guys don't know what Mochella is. It's a go-go live stream. Sometimes we do outdoor events and, just highlighting go-go itself and trying to protect the culture of go-go in the Washington, D.C. area. We did that, and that'll be coming out real soon, man. Real soon.
That's cool. That's dope to hear. Quabo, hey, what you did this week, man? And I know you got some big plans for Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah. There's a special lady. She's got some plans set up at 7, so I'm expecting that to be good. And this week has been really, really up, very, very up. Enjoying every day, enjoying every minute, and enjoying the fact that I don't got to be working every minute. So that's a beauty. But, life is good. What else is there to say, right?
Well, yep, that's true, Jose. That's true, Quabo. That is very true. And I am the love guru. I wish I had some love guru music behind me right now. And here's my first tip for today. Fellas, listen to her all Valentine's Day. And then she'll be listening to you all Valentine's Day evening. Yeah, I'm cool. Giving tips now. But this is a wrestling podcast. We're not going to talk about that lovey-dovey stuff today. We're going to get into Raw. And Raw this Monday, I don't know. I really can't rate it. I watched it. Um, Elimination Chamber's coming back. They picked 5 champions, previous champions. The Miz being one. Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, Sheamus, and AJ Styles are going to go against Drew McIntyre in the Elimination Chamber, which should be a cool match. But I mean, couldn't they have given some other people some rubs? Um, Alexa Bliss is the greatest thing ever. And I'm not going to talk too much about Raw. We're going to go to Jay Will first. Jay Will, what was your impressions on Raw? And, yeah, let the people know what's up.
So we talked about this before with Raw and how we just really think that it needs to like go down to 2 hours, because this 3-hour thing, it's hitting hard, and it's hitting hard in the worst possible way. Raw this week, man, tough to watch for me this week. Had a few decent moments. Shout out to my boy Ric Flair. Love him. I mean, the whole thing is still kind of cringy, but good to see him come out there doing his thing, just being his natural self. I thoroughly enjoy seeing him out there, but the whole Lacey Evans thing, it's, man, kind of gross, kind of cringy. Just as cringy as the love tips that you just gave us a couple minutes ago to the listeners. Kind of could have did without that. But you know what, Mike? I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, man. Raw this week was not a good show for me. I saw the Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles match. Boring. Snore. I could have slept like a baby through that match. Granted, AJ Styles is doing some great heel work right now, but this match was just not it for me. I could have done without it. We had a decent promo with Bianca Belair. Shout out to Asuka for her to come out in clear English tells Bianca, you are not ready. Let me tell you, that was some good stuff from Asuka. Bianca Belair, we always got love for her. We are high hopes for our Black Queen. I watched the Naomi and Sasha Baszler match. Shayna Baszler match. Shayna Baszler is a good villain. She has the look. She has grimy actions when she's doing her matches. The match was okay, but the finish was whack as fuck. Could have done without it. Keith Lee and Riddle match. I don't like Keith Lee. I don't like Riddle. So when that match came on, I turned the channel. I just so happened to come back to see Bobby Lashley beating the shit out of both of them niggas. Let me tell you, that was the best part of Bobby Lashley coming to beat the brakes off of them, and I still didn't enjoy that. Let's talk about the New Day versus Retribution match. Great finish, but it was just an okay match. Could have done without it. Lana and Nia Jax. Let me tell you how hilarious it is to hear in real time her saying, my asshole. And then to come back, if you watch clips of it now on WWE's YouTube channel, you hear them edit that out. You completely hear them blur that part out. That shit is hilarious. And then thank you, the internet, because we officially have a new song for Naomi to come out to dance to it. That is hilarious. That might have been the best thing to come out of Raw that night, because that Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton match, that wasn't it either. I could have totally done without Raw all of this week. I was good on it, man.
Okay, cool. I see you started off early with the jokes. Okay, cool. Very funny. Very funny with the jokes. I knew you guys were going to come with them soon. But that long-winded ass response, you could have just told us that you didn't enjoy Raw. You didn't enjoy anything.
I'm trying to give the crowd more than Raw gave us this week.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good comeback. Let's go to Colin from DC. What you thought about Raw, man? What was your opinion on Raw this week?
So I don't know what's worse, your Love Guru advice or Raw. That shit's trash. And then when you said I'm cool, I almost threw my computer. Never mind. All right. So listen, Raw was as usual pretty meh. Stop laughing. Shut up, dude. Shane. What? Okay, here we go. Focus. We're professionals. Shane McMahon coming back.
I'm not a professional.
I guess we're professionals. Shane McMahon coming back 5 years ago. I think back then, right? When he first came back, people heard, here comes the money. Everybody thought it was going to be some type of like renaissance. And it's just been nothing. It was going to be a potential game changer for Raw or for the WWE. And it's just been, actually, I was going to say more of the same, but quite frankly, it's been a lot worse. Everything has just gone downhill, and I don't really understand why. I would think somebody like Shane, I don't know, he left for a minute and then he would have come back with some, fresh perspectives on how to do stuff. But I was wrong. Vince McMahon's
He's only talent.
True. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right, and that's my fault. That's my fault. That was putting too much expectations into him, and you're right. He's only talent, so you're right. The Elimination Chamber announcement was ridiculous, especially the challengers that were announced. The hook, like Mike said, the hook being that it was former WWE contenders. That field is still terrible. It's not 2008. It's not 2012. It's not 2014. It's 2021. Sheamus and Randy Orton and all these boys and Jeff. You know what I'm saying? I love Jeff Hardy. It's not 2008. So that's a trash ass field aside from Styles, and it's just stale. It's really, really stale. And we'll see what's up. We'll see how that turns out. But it goes to show you that, quote unquote, all the top contenders are on Raw. It's just garbage. You got Lacey beating Charlotte by DQ to get a shot at Asuka. I actually like the pairing of of Lacey Evans and Ric Flair, because they're just clowns. They just Lacey's stupid little Ric Flair strut. Freaking Ric Flair being a pervert as usual. It's just comical. It just makes me smile anytime, Lacey's stupid laugh. They just make me smile because they're so over the top ridiculous. I don't have a problem with them. I'll have a problem if they beat Asuka. I'll have a big problem. I'll have a big problem with that. And the WWE would do some bullshit like that. Keith Lee, despite what Jay Will's feelings about the two of them, Keith Lee and Riddle had a great match. The winner, I was going to say the winner was going to have a shot at Lashley, but it turns out both of them are going to get a title shot. It's going to be a triple threat match, and that's going to be a damn good match. To Jay Will's point, Lashley was beating the shit out of them. quote unquote. Lashley was beating the shit out of both of them niggas. I love that. That's the line of the day. But he was beating the shit out of them. And the joke is Bobby Lashley, according to Leo Rush, Bobby Lashley, I think, is the MVP of Raw. The dude can't talk to save his life. To save anybody's life. But I love what they're doing with Bobby Lashley as a destroyer. I don't know how they get him back up to that world title level because of what they did. He lost 7 months ago to Drew. So it's kind of that's dead for the time being. But I love Bobby Lashley. I love what they're doing with him right now. They should have done that with him when he came back 2 or 3 years ago, and he could have been world champion by now. But it is what it is. Raw was. How about this? Raw was better than the Love Guru's advice.
Oh man, okay. Because I got another Love Guru tip. Let me find it real quick. I got another Love Guru tip.
Wait a minute. So hold on. This advice or this tip is not even coming from your own heart and your own soul?
It is coming from my heart and my soul. I typed it on Facebook.
Oh, you talking? Okay.
The Love Guru says, ladies, appreciate 2021 Valentine's Day. This year, the All-Star break isn't on your weekend. You will get all the attention you want. Fellas, you have no excuse this 2021 Valentine's Day. All-Star break was pushed back. You better do something different this weekend, or next year she gonna be at All-Star weekend. Love Guru. Jose, what do you think about Raw? Did you watch it?
Oh man, Raw was exhausting to watch because it's so long, man. They're trying to jam pack so much into the show. but I can see why, because they got a crap load of stars that they gotta to put some shine on. I did not like the selection that they went with in the beginning for the Elimination Chamber, and I do agree with Bottle Rocket over there. They need to fix that shit, and I don't need to say more. Next, let's go to the segment where Bad Bunny was in there. Why? That guy. Anyways, let's move on to the next part. Lacey Evans, Flair Country. I'm surprised Flair Country didn't say anything about this. But yeah, no, this was also exhausting to watch.
You mentioned Bad Bunny.
That was exhausting to watch too. Hey, that's why I didn't give him that much shine. Let's go to the next part. I mean, there was so much going on with Raw this week that it was like, where is the focus? Like, what's the direction in all this chaos? And I can see how they're setting up Elimination Chamber and they're doing all this work, but this needs to have some kind of sense. It needs to have some kind of storyline, and I feel like everything's unraveled. They need to tighten it up. I did not like how the ending was for Raw. I mean, Orton and McIntyre in a match should be giving you better ratings, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I just didn't like it. But overall, Raw was interesting to watch. I definitely am not putting it as number one show for this week, but it was something to watch. If you feel like taking the time out of your day to watch it, just know it's gonna be one of those long movies. But if you want to see it, you got to see it. You got to know. The whole Heard Round the World is hilarious. So if you haven't seen it, definitely watch that part. It's hilarious.
Hey, Colin and Jay Will and Jose, when next time I do the Love Guru, y'all got to do the Dude Love music for me. But you got to hum it. You got to like, hey, 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 hey.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I'll do it if Pinky and the Brain join in. I'll do it if they both join in.
You got to do the Jay Will. You got to do the deep part. You got to be like, hey, hey, hey.
Jay,
absolutely not.
Jay, real quick, remind me when Marshall's coming back.
Oh yeah, because please.
It's not working.
This is not working for me. I'm definitely not.
I mean, it's just down from the beginning, right? The entrance
from beginning to end. This has been a train wreck,
dude. It's not even beginning to end. It's 19 minutes into the show. It's not even over yet.
Hey, listen, y'all. Raw was not that good this week, in my opinion. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't that good. Raw in general, I don't know what they're doing. I just don't get it. I think, unlike PipeBomb, I love Alexa Bliss. I think that's the second time I've said that, so you guys know I'm an Alexa Bliss fan.
It's Black History Month.
I'm a Naomi fan as well.
So Naomi gets second billing. We see what's going on here.
Oh, no, you're not about to do this. Anyway, moving on. Not going to do this to me. Not going to fall in your trap.
Real quick, Mike.
And don't forget, you can mute them.
I know. Don't worry.
Real quick, Mike. Before we go on, let me just say that Raw this week is, again, one of the best examples of how we're not filling out things in ways that make sense. Jose on occasion says things that make sense, and this is one of those things. We don't really see any dots connecting with this show. I think this week, one of the best moments that we had, one moment that was one of the best moments had with Nia Jax, which was one of the best ones simply for a laugh, not even for the match in itself. But then we get another best moment when it doesn't have to do with a match, with The Miz coming out to interrupt Edge's promo. And Let me stop you real quick. Because you guys aren't true wrestling fans. You know why I know you guys aren't true wrestling fans? Because you didn't talk about the biggest story of the night. You guys want to know what was
the
that?
Story of the night was?
Mayo and French fries?
Nope. The biggest story of the night was Lana put someone else through a table after weeks and weeks and weeks of her going through. Lana been put through a table the whole 2020, and she finally put somebody through a table.
She definitely has.
You guys didn't talk about that. What's wrong with you guys? Lana's life.
But that wasn't the best part of the match.
Lana Week. Wasn't Lana's thing called Lana Week or Lana? I know it wasn't Lana Day.
So, fellas, you see what he did, right? So first off, he said he loves Alexa Bliss twice, and now he said the biggest moment of the week, of Raw, was Lana. You see what he's doing, right? You see it. Okay, just making sure everybody's peeping it. Got it.
And then he interrupted me for that shit.
Okay,
really?
All,
hold on, Jay, real quick.
First of all,
Jay, hold on, Mike, real quick.
Her teammate was Naomi. So you guys need to stop this foolishness, okay? This is not going to be attack me because I will turn this around and turn heel.
Mike, let me ask you an honest question.
Yes, I'm a dude. What you want to know?
Is mayo with French fries? Is mayo with French fries? Is that like basically like a hidden code word for your affinity for white women? You like mayo on your French fries, Mike? Is that what's happening?
You know we're live, right?
Oh, sorry.
We're live, man.
Nothing's wrong with having mayo on your French fries. I'm just saying, you just like it so much.
I don't know anything about mayo on French fries, man. That's not my style. I don't know who made that up. I think Jay Will made it up because he drinks mayo and bacon juice. So I don't know.
And he has no neck.
Bacon juice.
Yes, bacon juice. You drink
bacon that. Juice.
Yes, you drink that. I don't know why. You listen, man. We have a show to put on for the people out there. You guys, if you guys are gonna bake me all day, it's not gonna be that funny of a show. It's not gonna be that good of a show. So
it's gonna be funny.
Man. And listen, please do the background for me. When I do the love groove, you gotta do hey. You gotta do that, okay?
Not a chance in hell. Go ahead.
But if you guys do it, then I don't have to play the real version because the real version will get copyright. And then WWE will try to sue us because then we'll get big off that.
You're trying to hold us hostage. That's ridiculous.
He absolutely is holding us hostage from our own homes.
Okay.
From our own homes. That's good.
But no, man. Raw was as Jay Will usually say, Raw was a snooze fest, man. I mean, it wasn't really. Again, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. I agree with Colin with Shane McMahon coming out. It's like, dude, it doesn't have that. Well, okay, mystique was the word I was going to use, but mystique is not the right word when it comes to Shane McMahon. Nostalgia. It doesn't have the same nostalgia anymore. Him coming out,
right?
Because we all know he's just going to do something that Vince told him to do. Like it's not Shane's idea. We all know that if you know the background. So. It's kind of boring to see him come out, and then I'm going to announce a big time match, and it is 5 ex-champions. I mean, me personally, I love Jeff Hardy, but that could have been Keith Lee. Sheamus is like Colin said, it's 2021. Either change back to your old theme. It's a shame the game. Turn back to that, or just like move out the way, man. Like get some young guys some rub. And I don't think, and this is what we talk about, off behind the scenes. I don't think that you're doing any help to Drew because you just had him beat Goldberg. Now he's fighting Sheamus. Like you have him beefing with Sheamus. Like, what? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So, I think they kind of double-barreled themselves into a messed up situation where they had to switch it to the Elimination Chamber because at first I thought it was going to be Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre, but then they switched it to the Elimination Chamber. I like where the story is going with Bad Bunny. Here's why. Because for some reason, he's kind of entertaining. Like, even though I don't know who the hell he is, I don't know a song by him, he's kind of entertaining. And I keep hearing that he's breaking WWE merchandise records. So he's going to be around for a while. As long as he keeps being a little bit entertaining, I don't mind him. There's other stuff on the show that's way worse than him, so I'm not gonna trip on him being there. But Colin, you want to throw something else in there?
Yeah, what's funny is, to your point, I was I don't know, sometime last week I was really trying to do a little bit of research on like what's wrong with Raw. And I know something is like, I feel like there's a lot of 50-50 booking in the WWE in general, but especially on Raw, there's a lot of 50-50 booking. And then I did some research, and I wish I would have passed it along to Marshall, but because he's the stats guy. But basically, aside in the Royal Rumble last week, right? I think it was last week. There was only 2 dudes in the entire Royal Rumble that was under the age of 30. And that's Otis and Jay's boy, Dominic Mysterio. That's a problem.
Oh gosh, Otis.
That's right. That's a problem.
Yeah,
so,
buddy.
Like under the age of 30. So what's happening is they're coming up from NXT or whatever, and they're already 35, 36. Like, random example, like you think of a young guy, quote unquote, you'll say, Seth Rollins is a young guy. Well, Seth Rollins is turning 35 this year. And Bobby Lashley's 44. Finn Balor's 39. So, and then I already talked about how Keith Lee and Riddle, both of those dudes are turning 36 this year. So what happens is they're coming up, and then they're coming up from NXT, and then you're thinking, okay, they're ready. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't be rookies. They should be ready, and they should be able to challenge for the title and win, and you do something with them. And the problem is when you don't do anything with them, and then they engage in 50-50 booking, it's like, it looks like nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said Damian Priest. We talked about Damian Priest last week. Damian Priest is 38, fellas. He's not a rookie. He shouldn't be like, hey, guess what? I'm going to realize my potential, and I'm going to work my way up the card and this and that. Nigga's already 38 years old. There's only certain, he should be already tapped out. Technically, he should be fighting for the world title already because he's a 38-year-old man. If he doesn't fight for the world title, it's a waste of time. So I think that's a problem. It's not even just to say they just have uninteresting storylines. It's like everybody's just log jammed together. And it's 50-50 booking. They have a serious problem. To be honest with you, I would rather be in AEW's position because there's a pecking order versus 100. No. There's 100 niggas in a log jam. What's the difference between Keith Lee, Aleister Black, Matt Riddle, like all those dudes? It's Cesaro, Shinsuke Nakamura. There's nothing that sets them up apart from each other.
That's Lance Archer.
Fair enough. But there's no difference between any of those boys, and it's like they just get caught. They just get caught in a logjam, and then years go by, and then they're gone. It's wasted talent, and nothing changes.
I will say this to wrap up Raw. I will say this how can I put this? SmackDown is 2 hours. Raw is 3 hours. Raw to me seems like the show they just jam pack everything in. And SmackDown seems like the show that they plan out. It doesn't seem like Raw is really planned out. It seems like it's just a whole bunch of stuff thrown into 3 hours, if that makes any sense to anybody else. But yeah, I mean, Raw, you gotta come back, man.
We should ask the fans. Put that in the comment.
Yeah, put that
what
in
they
the
think
comments.
The fuck is going on with Raw, man?
Yeah, let us know what's going on with Raw. What you think is wrong with Raw, and if you think anything is wrong with Raw, because there's a lot of people that doesn't think anything is wrong with Raw. There's a lot of Fiend fans. People can't wait for him to come back. And let us know. But moving on, we're gonna go to the show's favorite show, Impact. And Impact, we're gonna talk about Impact. We're gonna talk about that they had a pay-per-view last night. And all I know about Impact is they need fans. They need people there. They need something there, something that makes noise, or something like a whole bunch of pins dropping when they have their matches. Just some type of noise, because it's like all you hear is the poop. It feels like you're at a live event every time you watch Impact. And the champion continues to keep losing. I don't know why he always loses. Rich Swann. And yeah, I mean, I don't think Impact's a horrible show, but I think it's a horrible show. So let's go to Jose. Tell Quabo, would you are our Impact aficionado. So
hey, don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
No, man. No. You
I just watch the shows, okay? I watch the matches so I can give you an opinion, okay?
You are our facts guy for Impact. go ahead and mark out about Impact, baby. What's going on?
Hey, look, let me give you the few pieces because there weren't a lot of pieces to watch, but there were a few pieces to watch with Impact. Blake Christian, Trey Miguel, that was interesting to watch. I liked how Blake Christian, being that like internet sensation, is coming out here and doing some decent work against Trey Miguel, who keeps a fast pace. So seeing that, seeing their agile work, these guys have potential. But also seeing that promo that Sami Callihan, calling out Trey, that was interesting to watch. I know it gave me shade of old school Impact, like, TNA, remember? Back when it was called that. I don't know if we're allowed to say it or not. At this point, I don't care. But
say TNA.
I know, hey, that's true. That's true. So, Black Taurus, fun to watch. Yes, dude is a powerhouse, okay? For me, it was like watching the Joker and Harley Quinn bring out Bane just to come out here, or like a buff ass like twin bizarre Minotaur type dude, and just go out there and debut. I think it was interesting to watch. So if you haven't seen it, I mean, he did a pretty good job for a jobber match, and just seeing dude, dude is a good powerhouse. Anyways, Rick Swann signing, it was interesting, but it was confusing too. It's like how do I explain this? Yes, Dreamer. Yes, we know you do this for the love of wrestling. We get that. But if you already see that Moose versus Rick Swann would be a better thing to watch, why are you the one halting it? You get what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. But at the same time, maybe they're building up to something. I don't know. Seeing Sabian and Storm having their title match was interesting because I like Alex Shelley and Sabian. And then Beer Money, of course, always been a fan of those two. So seeing Storm and Sabian together doing that was interesting to watch. Private Party interrupting didn't make sense to me, but hey, they got to get their shine in too. They got to get their paycheck. So we got to put them somewhere, right? But overall, Impact was Impact, man. So if you didn't watch it, and you need to see something, you got to stay up to date. I like to stay up to date. That's why I watch. So that way you can see if there are interesting moments to watch. And I'm pretty sure there's more stuff to watch. So let's see. Did these guys watch it? Did they got anything to say?
Yeah, we're going to go around the room. And we're going to go to Jay Will first. Jay Will, what you think about Impact?
So I watched Impact. I stomached watching, sitting through it.
Did you watch it live or the highlights?
I watched it live. I don't know why I watched it live. Kind of regretting it after a while. But there's such thing as getting sleep, and I much prefer sleep over watching this show. Let's be for real. Like you mentioned earlier, Trey Miguel's match, solid match. I think that he has some promise. If he was in a better company, better. We might have better product. Yeah, we may be getting some decent talent in there, but like if the company itself is not really fostering the talent the way it should, or it can foster the talent, what good is it there? Okay, I have inherent problems with this guy. First, his name. Taurus was how his name was pronounced, but his name is spelled Taurus. First, problematic with that, but he worked stuff. He had a decent match. I mean, I wasn't really excited by him. It was just something decent to watch. The best thing of the night for me might have been when they referred to Moose as if Mr. T joined the Men in Black. That might have been the funniest shit that I have ever seen come out of the Impact show. Other than that, Impact was a wash. It always is a wash for me. I don't even know why we talk about it.
Okay. Colin from DC. Go ahead and do your thing, man.
Yeah, I'll be honest, guys. I didn't get a chance to catch it.
Well, then shut your ass up then. What the hell? Moving on.
The one thing I was going to say. Okay.
Shut your ass up, man.
I was interested in saying that I, at the very least, and I apologize.
It doesn't matter what you thought you was about to say.
Fair enough.
Colin, go ahead, man.
I just thought the
No, my hole.
What? I thought the New Japan, the introduction of Juice Robinson and David Finlay, I thought that was pretty fascinating. Like it's literally the most interesting thing on Impact, to be honest with you. Again, it's that worlds melding, universes colliding type of situation that's going on. And I actually I thought everything was going to really center around AEW. So the fact that Juice Robinson and David Finlay showed up there, or are on their way to the Impact zone, that is something that's going to make me watch Impact, to be honest with you, because it's like like I said, the center of that universe was going to be AEW. Everybody was going to show up on AEW TV, or or come from there. So the fact that New Japan is going to Impact, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty noteworthy.
I think that's pretty cool that all three of them are kind of linking up. I think they're scared of the big bad bully, WWE. We love WWE here at In the Four Corners of Wrestling Podcast. Check. But yeah, man, I think Impact is really stepping it up with that boss move. That's a boss move to have New Japan people coming on your TV, and Tony Khan coming out every week doing that geeky ass paid promo. It's like, you really want to do everything WCW did to go out of business, huh? Like, I just don't get it. They had a pay-per-view last night, and you know what? We're going to review that next week. Give us some time to watch it. I know it's Valentine's Day weekend. Y'all ready to sing my song? Go ahead. Go, hey, hey, hey. Come on, y'all. I thought we rehearsed this.
We're not your
I just want to let you know I just saw 5 people drop out of our live stream as you started singing it again.
Because y'all was spitting that bullshit about their favorite show, Impact. They probably were Impact fans, and y'all was shitting on Impact. Look at this, man. But nah, next show we're gonna get to is AEW. AEW Dynamite this week. I'm just going to start off with this, and the guys know this. If it comes summertime and it's still snowing when Sting come out, I promise you I'll never watch AEW again. I promise you I won't watch that show again. Why does Sting come? Why can't he just come out like a regular person? Like, why does it have to snow? Darby Allin versus Joey Janela. It was a solid match. It wasn't horrible, but whatever. Something I noticed about AEW, the main event was, I mean, you had Kenta on there. I don't think they really did anything to build the Kenta and John Moxley feud, which is coming up in New Japan soon. But I think it was just a waste of him being on there. I like that the forbidden door is open, but it seems kind of, how can I put this? I don't see New Japan coming out of it looking very good, but Dynamite showed me that, maybe it's some potential because that was a good match. The main event was it wasn't good, but it wasn't horrible. I know I've said that a lot because this week in wrestling to me was, oh my goodness. But John Moxley, just come out out the back like the regular wrestlers, man. Like, come on, man. This cosplay Stone Cold is getting on my nerves. Kenny Omega barely been able to put Lance Archer in the one-winged eagle. He had to get help. It just shows how weak your champion is. You won't see Roman Reigns asking for help, like to do something like that. You won't see Drew McIntyre asking for help to do something like that. Yeah, one wing angel, whatever it's called, eagle, angel, whatever that stupid move is called that he needed help to do. You shouldn't have a finisher that you need help to do. Because what if it's a one-on-one match? Then you can't do your finisher. But anyway, the Young Bucks upset me. I can't really get into them. And I'm gonna go around the room. I'm gonna start off with Jay Will.
So AEW
Hold
this
on,
week.
J. Will. Hold on, J. Will, real quick. Because somebody said something to me, and I have to respond to this. No, I'm not even going to respond to it. Go ahead, J. Will. Don't even worry about it. I'm going to respond to it when it's the time to respond to it.
All right, I guess. So AEW this week. We're faced with an interesting thing that the TNT champion is the first match of the night, and you kind of wonder what's going to happen with this. Darby Allin in a match, and I will say it was a decent match. It's unfortunate that you have a champion in there that has the body shape of a 16-year-old in high school in the middle of Arkansas. Not sure how we can truly buy into him in this character as this, but he put on a decent match. I will say that AEW this week with the Cody Rhodes and Lee Johnson match. Lee Johnson finally gets his first win. Problematic there, the one of the black guys up there finally gets his first win. Not really a fan of that, but
easy now, Jay. I hear you. Keep going.
So now I'm just going to jump straight to the main event. Jericho retire. Kenta, Kenny Omega. Let me just tell you how Kenny Omega's entrance this week.
Retire, Jericho. Please don't do no more damage to your damn career. Please. Sorry.
Let's say this. Kenny Omega had the greatest verbal blowjob anyone could hear for an intro. It was disgusting to sit there and have to listen to that dribble. And you could just see people who were standing there. You could listen to JR's voice. You're all just like, why are we hearing this? Why is this even going on? And as I watched it live, I'm just like, this is terrible. Granted, the match, I will not lie to you. The match really picked up when it went out of the ring. That's when the match really picked up and got interesting. It was worth the effort of sitting there and watching. But as far as in ring, it was just bleh. I could have expected more. Kenta did a decent job. I'm not sure if I'm really looking forward to anything else that's going on with this, but okay. I got to do it for the show.
That was a pretty interesting way to describe Kenny Omega's promo. I've never heard that one before. I was kind of weirded out. It's Valentine's Day, but moving on to Colin from DC. What you think about Impact?
So Dynamite, not Impact, I thought was
it's the same goddamn show at this point,
oh, really?
Man.
I see. It's different words. First off, a couple of things with to Jay's point about Kenny Omega's over the top entrance. There it is, or introduction. Combine both words. That's the point. Ever since he turned into a heel, every single time he comes out, it's the most over the top, ridiculous, braggadocious type of.
Stupid.
I actually enjoy it. It's ridiculous.
You enjoy a lot of stupid things.
But one thing I don't enjoy is the Love Guru's advice. So what does that say? As we move on, also it's the one-winged angel, not the one-winged eagle. That's the title belt you're talking about. Another thing is Roman Reigns for the Shield triple powerbomb. He definitely needs help to get niggas on their shoulders. He had to do that with Kane, with Big Show, with a lot of people. So
Oh, you're throwing little shots out there. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
First of all, the triple power bomb is a team move. Roman Reigns does not need help to do a regular power bomb.
To Kane and Big Show, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Really? You think he could power bomb Big Show?
No,
okay.
He does not. He could probably power bomb Big Show easily if he wanted to.
Okay.
I believe so. And I don't think anyone else on the cast doesn't believe the same thing. Kenny Omega needed it. He needed help. There's a difference. There's a total difference. The Shield comes into the match with a plan to do the triple power bomb at the end. They already planned that. That's why they use each other and they get, it's help. In this situation, you had your world champion.
He was tired. That's all. He was just tired.
Listen, if
he
it was
needed
a
help.
one-on-one match, he would have lost because he couldn't have picked him up.
He would have just used a million V triggers. So don't worry about that.
I promise you, I don't know if that was a botch or that was planned, but that shit looked so horrible. He was like, "Come on, man, help me out, man. I can't make my shoulders." But go ahead, Colin.
Just real quick, the Darby Allin Joey Janela match was okay. So I'll be honest, I've seen about 3 Darby Allin matches, and every time I come away less and less impressed with him. The fact that Sting is trying to give him the rub, or he's the future and this and that, I don't know what the hell is going on. But that's making me more upset with AEW than anything else. Sammy Guevara quitting the Inner Circle is supposed to be interesting in theory, but he's giving me Seth Rollins leaving the Authority. He's giving me those vibes. I don't like it. Guevara isn't leaving because he's seeing the light and realizing that the Inner Circle are a bunch of jerks. It's just because he's being replaced by MJF. So I think that's dumb. That's not, the making for a really good, new baby face, just trying to cement a new baby face. That's a poor way of going about, doing that. Guevara's trying to prove to Jericho, whose character is a dick, that MJF is a dick that's trying to take over the Inner Circle. That doesn't mean anything. The tag match was interesting. It had my attention. To Mike's point, I think earlier on, I don't take Lance Archer seriously. He's 6'7", 275. Congratulations, you're the biggest guy in a land of small people. That's not very impressive. He keeps no-selling a lot of their offense. That's stupid. That's stupid to me. But the one thing I'll say about AEW's main events, they're usually better than a Raw or SmackDown's main event. And it's just because, there's usually a clusterfuck of 1,000 things that are happening. And yes, there are a couple of botches, but at least it's interesting. It's different. Like, you had Randy and Drew. And then I think you had, you're setting up Drew and Sheamus and this and that. That shit, none of that shit is going to be anywhere as interesting as an AEW main event. So, and again, all the stuff that's going on with, Kenta and crossing worlds and this and that, that is probably one of the most fascinating things that's happened in like the last 6 months, aside from what Roman's been doing. So, Dynamite was all right.
Okay. And one thing I do agree with you about, but I disagree with you about, is the Sammy Guevara. I don't think that Sammy is, well, I'll put it this way. The whole storyline was stupid to begin with, but the way they did it, they executed it on Wednesday on Dynamite was, oh my goodness. Sammy, you approach the guy and you tell everybody to leave. The cameraman is about to leave, but you ask him to stay. MJF pulls out his phone, he tapes you saying whatever you said about Chris Jericho. And you get mad at him and you break the phone. What'd you need to break the phone for? With the phone, he was going to try to blackmail you with the phone and you taping the show? And you're the one that told the cameraman to stay in there? Like, who books this stuff,
Right. That's true. You're right. You're 100% right.
Who books this stuff? Like, why would you even be that mad? Why not just walk out the room if you really don't, like, I don't get it. But, again, the Young Bucks, no. The disappointment with me in AEW is FTR. You might as well have just stayed in the WWE and made the more money. You would have made more money doing the same thing that you're doing right now, which is being a comedy act. I don't even want to repeat this. You took Marco Stunt for ransom. Jose, jump in there, man. This is depressing, man. It's depressing. Hold on. Before you jump in there, AEW and John Moxley, as I was saying earlier about John Moxley, it's like, oh my gosh, I already see the writings on the wall with him. He's going to be a jobber soon. He's on AEW Dark. Like, oh my gosh, he went from being a champion to being on AEW Dark. So I don't see any hope for the WWE guys that are in AEW. I think they should have all just stayed with Vince and got that check because we love the WWE here at 613. But Jose, Quabo, go ahead and give me some of your thoughts on Dynamite, my man.
Oh yeah, we love the network here. We love the network so much. I enjoyed the Darby Allin Janela match. It was really good. You know, a lot of fast pace. You know, it was a decent pace, high flying moves going everywhere. Darby showing an aggressive side. If you haven't seen it, like he went in on Janela, but Janela needs to sell better. Definitely needs to sell better. I think the only time I actually saw him sell was when he actually got thrown into a barricade. He had no chance but to sell it. You know what I mean? Had no choice but to sell it. But he needs to be better with those. Just look horrible. However, though, that thrust kick, pretty nice. The pile driver being countered by the stunner, I thought was pretty decent to watch too in that match. So it has a lot of good little moments. So if you haven't seen that match, take a look at it. I like that they started out AEW with it, but I mean, it is what it is. Moving on to the next few parts and moments, you know, Cody, Lee Johnson, Avalon, Banani. The pace was a decent pace, but it didn't look like they could maintain it. I did not like how it just developed overall. And I would have preferred it if they had actually organized that shit better, just because it looked like they couldn't maintain it. And then the finish at the end was horrible too. So it was just, I didn't like that match, not one bit. But the startings of it were decent, so it had potential. I just think they could have gone better. You know, there's a lot of moments. Yeah, I told you. I know you don't like Jericho, bro. I know you don't like him, bro. And I hear you, bro. No, trust me. I feel like he's making his image even worse and worse and worse. He's not being the Ayatollah. He's being the dude that. Yeah. Next part. Let's go. Let's move on to the next part. Layla Hirsch, Thunder Rosa, I thought was a decent match, but there were a lot of moments where the timing issues were just bad. So, you know, you're going to base it off of that. There are some moments where it's bad, but overall it was a decent match. I liked how Thunder worked with Hirsch. I feel like the Hurricanranas were flying and they were looking good. So I like that. The suicide dive was decent, and, you know, so could this be, you know, something that they could flourish into a good feud and create good chemistry? I think so. Maybe, you know, I hope for it. And then this Falls Count Anywhere match, I actually enjoyed it a little bit more than I expected to, only because Lance Archer chokeslammed Kenny Omega into that fucking, what is that heart shape, whatever it is. I don't even know if it was a table, a piano, what it was, bro, whatever it was. He got chokeslammed into it, and it was fun to watch. But overall, that match, I feel like they could have done a lot better work with Kenta, you know, building up the hype the way he's supposed to be built up. If they're going to take on the network the way they want to, you have all the pieces in place. So for me, it doesn't make sense that they would just have like a playground of mayhem for the fun of having a playground of mayhem when they could build up good feuds and good storylines so that it could engage and capture the viewer. Because right now it just looked like a hot mess. But AEW was a decent thing to watch. It was a lot better than Raw, I'll tell you that much.
Okay. Hey, Jay Will, before I let you jump back in here, man, let me let you know, you look like your favorite restaurant is Bob Evans down on the farm. Jay Will,
you guys, Jose first, you really laughed at that. You genuinely laughed at that.
Tell me you didn't, bro. Come on, Cleveland Jr.
Wow, you two actually laughed at that. Anyway, let me just say that we're watching the whole merging and working together of AEW, New Japan, and Impact. While, in theory, we can say that this is a good idea when it comes to the ratings battles. However, this does not seem like a sustainable business move to benefit all of the wrestling organizations. We're essentially seeing a working with the competition to try to provide a better show than any of the WWE products. It seemed like a good temporary fix, a good temporary thing, but it's just a long-range, sustainable thing that will work out. I'm no expert. I just happen to watch a lot of TV. I don't think so. Now, someone else may be able to better explain this to me, but does this make sense in the long range? No. You'll sell a few pay-per-views, you'll sell some merch, but that's not going to be fully sustainable for the long run.
Okay, Bob Evans. Colin, you got anything you want to throw in there before we wrap it up?
So it's actually kind of funny because me and Jay kind of switched on things because I actually was going to talk about that, but now he brought up something earlier on that actually piqued my interest.
Well, Bob Evans, you've been there before?
Well, I'm not a Bob Evans person. I'm a Denny's. No, I don't know. no. Listen.
Go to Denny's. You're talking about me.
I'm just joking.
We're really going to hear a black man talk about going to Denny's of all places.
First off.
You didn't even say Waffle House. You didn't say.
I couldn't think of. Well, the funny thing is, I don't go to any of those things because I'm in shape. But I try to But as we move on, that's true. That's it. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough situation because, to Jay's point, in the short term, it's pretty cool, it's pretty interesting, but at the same time, things just have to progress. So it's going to go into days, weeks, months, years, and how long can they really carry on this whole thing? I kind of think I alluded to it a couple of weeks back. Like, somebody's got to win and somebody's got to lose. So when Rich Swann was doing that whole thing with the crossover with Kenny Omega, he took the loss. That makes Impact look terrible. But I wanted to go to my other point was AEW kind of has a problem with black wrestlers. And it's kind of weird because obviously
y'all talking about WWE.
Yeah, right. So it's kind of a tough situation because it's weird because obviously all of us are minorities, black and Spanish or whatever. But it's a weird situation because we have a different perspective on things. So as a white person, they'd go in and they just enjoy it and it is what it is and you wouldn't think about it. But obviously representation matters. And then you go and you look at stuff and you're like, all right, well, you got Sonny Kiss there. And that's, he's good for what he represents. That's nice and all. But at the same time, you just had Josh Hobbs kind of show up like 3 or 4 months ago. That's all good and well. But, you still don't have a lot of representation. So it's good that they have this Lee Johnson guy coming in. But it's weird. Out of all the talent that they have, all the black talent that they have out there on the independent scene, y'all can't bring in a handful of dudes. I think AEW definitely has a problem with that.
I agree. And I'll say this. AEW, to me, I'm not going to full out and say they don't like black wrestlers. I'm just going to say that they don't promote black wrestlers. They don't push black wrestlers. I mean, look at somebody like Scorpio Sky. Scorpio Sky came in and he had a title match when they had fans, and he had to put on a darn good title match. I haven't seen Scorpio Sky on Dynamite in how long? Who else? Private Party they're gonna have to make their impact, and what they are making their impact, ironically, in Impact. That's a big move for them to get that rub off the Good Brothers. But in AEW, they just been sitting there. Even when it comes to the transgender female Nyla Rose, like, they pushed her to the moon, and it seemed like it was gimmicky the way they pushed her. I don't think it was anything that had to do with her, but they pushed her to the moon, and then you don't even see her on TV anymore. And she was a beast. So it seems like, they have, put it this way, they can't get it. If they miss with Jade Cargill, then we can be louder about that problem with black wrestlers in AEW, because I do see your point, and I feel as though, somebody, Darby Allin's the champion, for Christ's sake. You can't even put a black wrestler against him. Why did Joey Janela get the spotlight? You could have put Will Hobbs in there, and I'm pretty sure they would have been the same, or maybe more entertaining match. But moving on, y'all. Moving on, because I don't want to get to rambling about my frustrations with AEW. I know Colin's always trying to play both sides because he likes Tony Khan, and Tony Khan's the money mark, so Tony Khan might give him a check. But
that's true.
I'm loyal to Vince.
That's true.
Vince is my guy. So
he might be able. I could use that money and get a new wig or something. So it's true.
Yeah, toupee, or you could go, you could do that shit
plugs.
That Brian Urlacher did.
Plugs.
No, not plugs. It's real hair. Like Deion Sanders got real hair now, not a plug.
Whose hair is it? His own hair?
Yeah, man. They got different types of surgeries for that now. And if we get rich, I'll buy it for you. That'll be my birthday present.
We gotta push this to Tony Khan as quickly as we can.
Hold on, Jose. You don't talk, man, because we already know what we're going to get you when we're going to get you a sub spread, like a 12-foot sub.
Just as long as they're veggie light, bro. Veggie delight.
Okay, people, you shouldn't have said that, Jose. But I'm going to move on, because I'm going to come back to that at some point, that you're a vegetarian. Don't worry. I'm going to get you later. Let's go to NXT, man. And NXT has today. Oh, man. Today is the day for vengeance. Another NXT product that they're bringing back, an old WWE pay-per-view. The build-up to that show, the Going Home show. Is it Going Home show? That's what it's called, right?
Go home.
Go home. Well, whatever. It's something about home. But it's a good show.
No, seriously, Mike. Turn off the everything, the computer and everything, and go home.
Listen, I forget you, Colin. I'm going to give some more Love Guru advice in a second. But back to NXT, man. NXT, I think, was a solid show. It could have been better, but it was a solid show, solid go-home show for their pay-per-view tonight. And I'm going to go around the room. Let's start with Quabo. What you got, Quabo?
My predictions? Or how I felt about NXT?
Yeah, what you thought about NXT? Predictions? What you thought?
I saw highlights, so I don't really want to give my opinion on NXT.
All right, then shut your ass up. I'll talk about it. So listen. No, go ahead. Go ahead. You got it.
Nah, I'm good. I don't want to talk about NXT. I'm good with it.
All right.
Oh, you broke his heart.
All right, Jay, go ahead. You got it.
All right. So in NXT, so we got the Cody Rhodes. The Dusty Rhodes Classic. Let me just say that this might be the best thing currently. Offhand, just to give you a bit of an insider, we talk consistently outside pre-production stuff, not even pre-production meetings, we just talk, where we just talk about the lack of talent that we have for a tag team division. And this might be proving differently when we watch some of these matches. I will say that the match of the night for me, that really highlighted for me that there is going to be great talent in the tag team division, was the MSK versus Legado del Fantasma match. Let me tell you, that might have been one of the best tag team matches I've seen in a while. Great synergy between both tag teams, playing off of one another, great moves. This was a great match, and it was the first match of the night. I could not find a negative moment about that match. Great high-flying moments, great out-of-the-ring moves, great in-the-ring moves, personalities that are blending very well. And you can tell that these two teams are doing a good job with one another, with their with working out their moves and synergizing with one another. I think that overall NXT is becoming a good place to foster tag team talent, and the Dusty Rhodes Classic is proving that. Overall, I kind of thought that, NXT was a good show this week. I'm more so just looking forward to seeing what we're going to see out of Vengeance tonight.
Got you, Jose. He got your ass. That was good, man. He told your ass, shut your ass up, man. That was good, man. That was good. But NXT, yeah, man, it was solid, man. I think the build up, and I mean, gotta give it to Hunter, man. Hunter Hearst Helmsley, aka Paul Levesque, aka Triple H, aka the King of All Kings, aka I forgot all of his nicknames, but he's a great man. He's great. What they got down there with Shawn.
You didn't even call him the Game, though?
You know, for a vegetarian, you eat a whole bunch of bullshit.
Yo, what?
Hey, bacon juice drinker, relax, J. Will.
All right. You done pulled that bacon juice joke out too many times, bro.
You look like you know who you look like.
How you got a beer belly but don't drink beer? Come on, Mike, don't do this to me.
You know, you look like a short version of Orlando Pace. That was a good one. You don't watch football, so that's why you don't know who he is. But Colin's laughing his ass off.
If anybody in the comment section found that funny, please please give him something, because everybody else on the show isn't laughing at his bullshit.
I actually thought it was funny. I understood that reference.
I mean, you only laugh because you're missing. You only laughing because you're missing hair. You got a convertible top on the top of your head.
I'm only laughing.
Pull up to the scene with my syllabus.
He said he took the top off the Maybach.
I'm the only one laughing because I'm the only one on this podcast with a neck, so I can laugh.
Yo, y'all are terrible. This here is
NXT.
This here is bullying.
Hold on. Okay, let me get my NXT thing out first, and then we can talk about predictions real quick. So, I love Cameron Grimes. I don't know if you guys saw him or whatever, but Cameron Grimes is great. He's different. He's just different from everything else that you'll see. He was a Cajun swamp rat. He's just ignorant as all hell, and now he's got money, so he's going to be even more ignorant.
Hold on, what was he? He was a what?
He was a Cajun swamp. He's a swamp rat. He's a swamp rat. You ever seen the old X-Men and Gambit? Gambit, they would always call him swamp rat. That is the definition of what Cameron Grimes is. Shotzi Blackheart and Amber Moon versus The Way was a great match. The only complaint that I had about that match, and it was very small, they always were out. They were out of place. So they would have somebody down for a pin attempt, and obviously common sense would tell you, hey, guess what? Make sure you watch out. So you watch out so you could block. You could block somebody from trying to break up the pin attempt. And every single time, they just did their own thing. They weren't paying attention. It was ridiculous. It happened about 4 times in that match, but it still was a pretty good match. The thing that they're doing with Xia Li is interesting if it wasn't done in the WWE. If it was like a movie, that'd be pretty awesome. But when the day is done, it still comes down to wrestling. So I don't know what a princess that sold her soul to a demon 2,000 years ago, why she would end up having interest in wrestling. That makes no fucking sense to me. I don't know what they're doing with that. And there was a great match between the Grizzled Young Veterans and Ciampa and Thatcher. In addition to the other Dusty Rhodes classic match with MSK and Phantasma. But the one I'll highlight, because Jay will already talked about the other one, I'll talk about Grizzled Young Veterans and Thatcher and Ciampa. Zach Gibson does the nasty little things. There was a sequence where Gibson tried to pin Ciampa, but at the same time he had his kind of arm trapped in an arm bar. So as Ciampa tried to kick out of the pin attempt, he basically put more torque on the arm bar. That was pretty smart. But yeah, it's just a really smart wrestling match. NXT and NXT UK has a solid tag team division. It's just a shame that Raw and SmackDown do not. So, as we move on to the predictions, it's going to be, or I think tonight's pay-per-view is going to be pretty good.
Okay, that was good. Jose, man, I don't know if you have anything to say about NXT, but if you did have something to say about NXT, insert your opinion now.
Hard pass.
Okay. Now, moving on to predictions real quick. Colin from DC. What do you think is going to happen tonight?
I got Pete Dunne, only because Pete Dunne is 27 and Balor's 39. They need to, here we go, we need to do something now. I got Kushida over Gargano because they haven't really done anything with Kushida since he's been there for like the last year and a half. I think he needs to do something now. Toni Storm, she's a mix of Shawn Michaels, so she's got the appeal of Shawn Michaels / Chris Jericho. I think it's her time. In the Women's Dusty Rhodes Classic, I got Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai because they just treat Gonzalez like she's the next big thing. Like I said, she beat Rhea Ripley clean, so I can't see her losing this type of match. And then I've got MSK over Grizzled Young Veterans. I just think that they want to make that the cornerstone of NXT's tag team division. So I got those boys winning.
Jay Will, you got any predictions?
Yeah. When the Finn Balor match and Pete Dunne, I honestly, I'm pushing for Pete Dunne to win. My expectations are always set low for WWE, but I'm hoping for Pete Dunne to win. Women's championship match. Man. I'm going for a charade. North American Championship match, Gargano and Kushida. I'm thinking Gargano's going to win. Dusty Rhodes, men's MSK. Those are dudes that I'm hoping for. Women's Dusty Rhodes Classic, Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai. I'm going for them for the win, honestly. Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, so we're going to move on to the last show of the week, which was Smackdown. And like Raw, they will be having an Elimination Chamber match as well. But the winner of this match will face Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the chief of all chiefs. And I'm laughing because I just read something this week, and I'm going to get back to it. But the tribal chief, they will face the tribal chief at Elimination Chamber, which you just got to love how WWE is booking Roman right now. I mean, I know a lot of people say, it's going to be a big drop-off when they're going to mess this up. I don't think so. Because it's, think about it. The tribal chief, the champion, is going to get to fight someone that just came out of the Elimination Chamber. How much easier does it get for him to win? They built him as the ultimate heel, like opportunist. I love it. You also had Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, and they had a competition with the tag team champions, and her whole became a. She didn't say it again, I don't believe, but it became another big topic. Nia Jax. What else happened on SmackDown now? I think that was really good. What else happened? I don't know. I'm going to go to Colin. I'm going to get some of Colin's thoughts, and then maybe I can remember some of my thoughts on SmackDown. Colin, go ahead.
Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins came back.
What?
And he's
what?
Egomaniacal.
What?
As
what?
Ever.
What?
So we'll see where that goes.
What?
Dumb people say.
What?
Mike is a.
What?
It's not terrible. That doesn't make any sense.
No, let me cut you off real quick.
Go ahead. You got it.
That's what I just remembered. Because I, unlike the rest of the guys on the show.
What?
If there's some stupid shit.
What?
I don't remember it.
What?
No, you got it, good dude.
Well, here's some shit you didn't remember. You forgot to go to me for the predictions.
Seth Rollins coming back had to have been the dumbest return ever in WWE history. I'm sorry, and that needs to be said. Come on, man. He came out there with the daggone reverse delirious Eddie Murphy jacket and pants, leather jacket. He talking about he's a dad. Why are you wearing that? Dad should not wear that. You're embarrassing the child. Child is going to grow up one day, they're going to see that picture, and all their friends are going to make fun of you because their dad had on that pleather suit. But then he had the whole WWE locker room out there, and I'm just sitting there looking like, what is this for? And then him and Cesaro had a little interaction, so I guess he's going to try to like catapult Cesaro, and it just sucks, man. Go ahead, Colin. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, dude. I mean,
it sucks.
So, well, I mean, well, the WWE's logic, as usual, is garbage. So, they had this whole thing with the Elimination Chamber. So, Nakamura was robbed of a Universal title match, yet they don't include him in the Elimination Chamber match. He was robbed a Universal title match because of the gauntlet, but they don't put him in the chamber. That's nonsense. Sami Zayn almost beat Big E in the triple threat match last week, and if it wasn't for Apollo helping him, instead of him getting the IC title shot, he's in the Elimination Chamber match instead of Nakamura. That doesn't make any sense. WWE backing themselves into a corner because Apollo's the most interesting he's been in years, probably since his debut, and you got him going against Big E. And something's got to give because they have this future built up for Big E. 2021 is supposed to be his year. So you basically are backing both of them can't technically afford a loss. And then last but not least, they're really trying to force Kevin Owens down our throat. I mean, it's just obnoxious. I appreciate Owens. I appreciate him in the ring. I appreciate the realism that he brings in with his promos. Like that's the big thing. I think with Roman and KO, they have like serious emotional promos. It's kind of like a real person. It's like you kind of forget it's wrestling or whatever. It looks like that could be a real human being that you're talking to, and that brings you in, the realism of it. But at the same time, A, he's lost to Roman 3 times, and B, he's not Stone Cold Steve Austin. So they need to seriously cut that shit out. Smackdown was not very good this week.
Okay. Jose, it's your turn, man. Did you watch SmackDown? Did you you have any good? What would you think about SmackDown, man?
No, I didn't like SmackDown either.
Hey. Oh, my bad. You were saying?
I didn't like SmackDown either.
Why didn't you like SmackDown? Tell us why.
I feel like last week was better than this week. It's just, and that's the thing. I feel like they backed themselves into a corner where we're going to expect better. You get what I'm saying? So they didn't live up to it. That's just my personal opinion.
Okay, cool. Okay. So, I'm going to go around the room, everybody.
Whoa. How you going to forget me?
Oh, I didn't get you either?
No, sir.
On purpose.
Oh, no, fuck you.
I did.
We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that around here. It's my time.
Okay, I'm sorry.
What?
Okay. So let's begin. First Elimination Chamber qualifier match: Sami Zayn and King Corbin versus the Mysterios. I've said it before. I'm saying it again. Rey Mysterio, time to retire. Dominic, maybe another career because wrestling is not it for you. I didn't enjoy the match. Snore. Boring. Big E, you're dunking Apollo Crews. Don't be a bitch. Just take him on. Take the match, man.
Jay, real quick, and I'm going right with what you're saying. Roman fought KO 3 times. Apollo can get one more rematch? Really? I agree with you.
Yeah. Shinsuke and Big E match. Bro, let me just tell you, this match was terrible. I expect so much more from 2 dudes who are great. It didn't. A finish of interference, trash. Like Mike said, Seth Rollins coming out. We only see the entire roster come out when we have an amazing moment, when they're typically paying tribute to somebody, when it's like a serious moment. And then for Seth Rollins to come out there and pull the bullshit that he did, why were we subjected to this? No. I'm good. And then Cesaro, Daniel Bryan comes out and saves him. It's too much. This is too much. Best match of the night for me, honestly, might have been Bayley versus Morgan. I can't. Not a negative moment I can say about that match. This whole show in itself. Yeah, whatever.
Props to Billy Kay, man. Billy Kay is one of the best performers WWE has. I'm sorry. Props to Billy Kay. Billy Kay, you can be down with our crew anytime you want.
Mike, what do you think about Bayley?
What? That's my dog, man. That's the homie. Bayley, man, she's the best. She's one of the best heels in the game. Jay, what did you just? Why did you just?
While I agree that she is one of the best.
Why did you just moan? Three other males on.
No, it's a groan of disappointment from you, but
you don't like.
You're taking up my time. You're taking up my time. It's my time.
He asked
Thank
me a
you.
question.
Sorry.
I don't give a fuck.
But then why don't you throw that energy at PipeBomb? Ooh.
Well, first of all, currently you're the new guy on the show. Therefore, you have to get this wrath. Second of all, PipeBomb has to deal with Quavo more than he has to deal with me.
Quavo.
Moving on.
I just skipped Quavo the last segment by accident.
That was deserved actually, but
I thought
it's true. me too.
I agree.
Tell us what you think in the comment section.
That was a good plug. That was a good plug.
Great plug. Street Profits and Chad Gable versus Otis. Street Profits win. I don't like them. They're not entertaining to me. I'm not really interested in them. Like, they're decent wrestlers, but they're not really interesting to me. I'm over them. Like, the stuff outside of the, man, look, it's Black History. I'm celebrating the Black women for Black History Month. The men get all the shine most of the time anyway. Just saying. Sasha and Bianca.
You don't even celebrate Valentine's Day. What the hell is wrong with you? What are you talking about?
Hey, that's because I don't buy into spending money just for this holiday.
How you love women? I'm going to celebrate Black women, but then you don't celebrate Valentine's Day. Did you get Bianca a present?
I have a fiance, and she would kill me if I sent money to another woman. See, you was going to suggest that, and you was trying to get me killed in Black History Month.
I was.
What kind of friend are you?
I'm a great friend. Now go ahead, man.
Okay. You started this.
2 hours long.
You started this. I got off track. Shayna Baszler and Nia, they came out. They got laughed out and beat up. How does that happen? How do you come out get laughed out by people and then get beat up right one after the other? It's not a good look for y'all. Cesaro and Daniel Bryan versus Dolph Ziggler and whoever. Decent match. But we did have an interruption with Jey Uso, Cesaro. Jey Uso attacked Cesaro. Sami Zayn came out and attacked. But then we got KO passing out stunners like Oprah Winfrey passing out cars on the fucking Oprah Winfrey show. Love you, Oprah. Black women, we love you. Black History Month. I just think that Smackdown ended.
Pop I've ever heard.
Fuck you. Smackdown ended terribly. It ended terribly, and most of the show was bad for me. I thought SmackDown was we've seen much better SmackDowns than this one this week.
As much as you was rambling on about SmackDown, I thought you was going to have some positives. You were just going on and on and on. The show was only 2 hours long. The best thing about SmackDown was when the show ended. That's like a catch line that you say on this show a lot. That you should use that. You should get a shirt.
I might. Sounds like some good merch.
Some 613 merch. The best part of the show is when it ended. That's tight. We can get some merch and we get a shirt. You know, it's going to be the best selling shirt we're going to have is the Quabo. That's going to be the best selling shirt. So, you guys are going to suffer behind
It's
that.
going to be like Bad Bunny. Y'all going to hate it. But y'all still going to buy it. You still going to buy it.
No, they're not going to get no shirts. They're not getting no shirts for free. They got to pay.
Damn right. Damn right.
They're going to have to pay. They're going to have to pay. Now, they can get their shirt for free, but not the highest selling Quabo shirt. That's going to be the highest selling shirt that we're going to have. It's going to keep all the lights on.
Collector's edition.
Collector's edition. We're going to have the white one. That's going to be the collector's edition. The black one is going to be the one that's going to be,
that's going to be a limited edition one. You're going to want to get that one. That was a good one.
Yep. We're going to have one that says Quabo. It's just going to say Quabo. And then the other one's going to say Quabo 613. Like, Austin 316. Quabo 613.
Yeah, bud.
Jay, do you know what the fuck is going on? Because I definitely don't know what the fuck is going on right now.
Man, I fell asleep on them.
That's okay, Jay Will.
I literally left.
Jay Will, we're going to have...
Kind of like everybody fell asleep on your promo last week, right?
Oh. It was so short.
That was the best power nap I had. It was good.
Jay Will, we're going to have some merch for you too, but I don't know what it's going to be. Maybe socks. I don't know. What do you think about socks?
Jay's was it fucking, I don't know. That promo was probably one of the funniest things I heard in my entire life. Rey Mysterio, retire, take off your fucking mask. Whatever you said, that was funny as shit. It was so quick.
That was great.
It was appreciated nonetheless.
Yes, it was appreciated. But SmackDown was okay. It wasn't bad, but it was like the fella said. I do agree with them on it. I do agree with Jay Will, even though we had these jokes. I do agree with Jay Will. It needs some work. I don't know, man. I just think WWE is a whole product other than NXT. It's something's going on. I don't know what it is. And word backstage was because of some business things that we don't usually talk about the business side too much on in the Four Corners of Wrestling. But something I did read on a lot of outlets was that WWE announced that no one's going to be getting pay raises. And the morale at SmackDown was horrible. They said it was like the lowest it's been in a long time before the Attitude Era. So, but one thing I was sitting here thinking about was with WWE. I think WWE, with the times that we're in, with everything being so open, could go back to like not the Attitude Era and everybody copies everything from the Attitude Era, but they could be a little bit more edgy than they are. But they got public traders around them, and within the company and people they got to answer to. So we get what we get. But SmackDown was pretty. It was a basic show. I'm gonna go around the room, and I'm gonna see what everybody think the show of the week was, and we're gonna go to Quabo first. Quabo, what you think?
Oh yeah, I'm going with AEW this week.
Okay, Colin from DC.
NXT.
Oh, that was a good one. Okay, that was a sleeper. Okay, Jay Will, what you think?
NXT.
Okay, NXT. Okay, we got two. Well, wow, NXT. Hey, I gotta say it, man. Triple H, man. Paul Levesque. He down there putting in work. I mean, it's Triple H. It's Triple H. It's Road Dogg. It's Shawn Michaels. It's Steven Regal. They're all down there. And what was the guy's name that had all the piercings? Damn, I forgot his name. But his name is Matt Bloom. Now that's his trainer name, and he's down
Albert.
There. Huh?
Albert.
Yes, Albert. Prince Albert. And man, they're just doing great things down NXT. I will say this: out of all the shows that come on in wrestling, period, for the last, I want to say, maybe 5 years, NXT has been the most solid show on wrestling, period.
The one thing I'll say is Triple H has come a long way from since holding niggas down at WrestleMania 19. So he's come a long way.
Oh, here we go. And since we are talking about NXT, we give it some praise to NXT. Quabo, what is your predictions for tonight?
Predictions: Finn, Martinez, Raquel, and Dakota definitely winning that one. Let's see. I'll go with Grizzly Young Vets and then Kushida.
Now you see how I brought it back to you. See, that was planned. I was trying to skip Jay Will on purpose, but that was planned. How I didn't skip you. See, man, I'm a beast. I see. I'm an oracle. The love.
Comment section. Y'all know he lying, right?
Hey,
y'all know he lying.
What? That was planned, man. What is wrong with you? Why? See, and then you gonna tell him?
Hashtag that was planned. Hashtag that was planned is going to be a shirt.
Hey, it'll sell more shirts than yours. We're going to sell aprons for you. That's what we're going to sell. Like aprons. That's what we're going to sell for your ass. Or plates.
I'm just going to say cheese is a vegetable.
No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that today. But moving on, man, it is Black History Month, and here in the four corners of wrestling, man, we've been doing something dope, highlighting black wrestlers. And we love black wrestlers. We support black wrestlers here in the Four Corners of Wrestling podcast. So this week, we are doing It's a New Day. Yes, it is. Yes, the New Day, the pancake throwing team with the trumpet and the trombone and all that good stuff, man. Listen, I might surprise some people when I say this. New Day might be a top 5 faction of all time. They might be. And that's big because they're not even done yet. I show my appreciation to them really on no jokes. Xavier Woods, he opened a platform for gamers to stream. Like, he wasn't the first one, but he was one of the most popular ones, and he really put gaming on his back and made gaming a lot popular and opened up the doors for YouTube gaming, and that was pretty cool. Kofi Kingston, long-term veteran, been there. He's reliable. I mean, I don't remember Kofi really ever being really injured, and he always goes out there and he produces. Big E, a lot of potential, had a lot of potential coming in. That was my favorite Big E when he came in as Dolph Ziggler's bodyguard or whatever he was, the big strength muscle or whatever he was supposed to be with Dolph and AJ Lee. But together they've done amazing things. They've hosted WrestleMania. They've done the G4. Actually, when people talk about the Forbidden Door, they actually was the team that broke it with the Elite at G4. That's an interesting fact that a lot of people might not know, and if you do know, that's a pretty cool fact about the New Day. And I just think that, man, they came along and it was supposed to be a cheesy little gimmick. It wasn't supposed to be any traction. They just got put together and they made something out of it. And it just shows, like, even if you're getting shit for a script, you can try to make sugar out of it. And I appreciate the New Day. I think the New Day has etched their mark in wrestling history. And we're going to go around the room, and I'm going to start with Quabo. Let's go.
Woo, 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 woo. Yo, the New Day.
You can't say woo. You're taking Jay Will.
No,
stuff,
no, I said whoo, whoo, whoo. Come on, bro.
Okay, well, that sounds worse than who.
It's the New Day, bro. That's what they do. They're hilarious, bro. Whoo, whoo.
Who?
Come on, bro. Whoo. Come on, bro. It's the New Day. Yes, it is. Yo, the New Day, I like them. They're an interesting faction. They're entertaining, bro. They're entertaining to watch. Let's be real. Altogether, they're entertaining to watch. I like how they also break the fourth wall and do a lot of tribute stuff to a lot of other wrestlers. If you look back, they do a lot of stuff to tribute people, and they're actually very abstract as a faction. You know, they do things outside of the box. You don't expect them to do that kind of stuff. The way they like plug in anime stuff into WWE as well. The kind of finishers they do. You know, all these little details that if you look at how they present themselves, it's entertaining. You know, by themselves individually, it's probably not entertaining because I know no one likes seeing Big E gyrate that way. I personally don't. But seeing them with Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston at the same time while they're being hilarious makes it look funny. You get what I'm saying? So I enjoy the New Day a lot, and I definitely want to hear what these guys have to say about them.
All right, let's go. Let's see what these guys got to say. You know, I think this is going to be an interesting topic. Go ahead, Colin. Jump in there, PipeBomb.
When they first came together, I thought they were going to be like the new nation, disgruntled black wrestlers that, they weren't happy with their place in the WWE. And, the way they were set up, Xavier was coming out there and he was basically telling them that they were being held down and then they're losing all these matches. I remember, I think Rusev beat all three of them all within like a week. So it was pretty ridiculous. And I actually was intrigued by that because, having a new nation and, black representation is always an important thing. But they went with that stupid ass church gimmick and it was fucking trash. So I was like, oh, wow, they're really going to get fired pretty quickly. But they definitely surprised me with the way that they went. I heard that they basically had to go and essentially vouch for themselves. And they had to basically go to the writers and even to Vince and say, hey, we have to do this our way, because if we don't do it our way, we're basically going to be out of here. We're going to get fired. So let's just at least give this a fighting chance. And they were right. It essentially saved their jobs. They're always doing entertaining things. But the thing that I respect most about the New Day is that they are who they are. Xavier with the gaming thing, that's been huge. He's represented kind of like nerd culture. He's always at cosplaying and doing things like that. Big E is who he is with the gyrating and the interesting haircut. Kofi with his twerking and all this stuff. All those boys together with their throwing out the pancakes. They are who they are. They're not pretending to be something else. And most importantly, they're a brotherhood. Inside and outside of the ring, they are definitely a brotherhood. The most evident thing was that whole Kofi Mania thing. And we won't go into the details of Kofi Mania, but how they acted inside and outside of the ring. There was a lot of personal things that was on Instagram or Twitter from Xavier and from Big E, and how they were vouching. They were sincerely vouching for Kofi. Even when Kofi, won the match, Xavier was crying. He was like real grown man ass tears crying. They had a promo right afterwards, and the promos are less out of character. But then Xavier again, he just was emotional as all hell because he was so proud of his brother Kofi Kingston and the group. They 4 years previous to that, they would have been out of WWE, and somehow, some way, they were able to put things together, put ideas together, watch each other's back, put on great matches, and be extremely entertaining. And get to that important moment in time. So, lots of respect for New Day. I think they are the benchmark for Black excellence in terms of wrestling today. They are, because of everything that they've accomplished.
I agree, man. You said some good, impressive stuff, man, and I agree with everything you said, man. And Kofi Mania, we're not going to touch on Kofi Mania. We may get to Kofi Mania this month. Matter of fact, that might be something we need to revisit this month. I don't know if we'll do it on old school. It is technically new school, but we'll definitely think about talking about that. And hit us up in the comments and let us know what you thought about Kofi Mania and you think about the New Day currently. But Jay Will, let's get to you, man. I know you got some appreciation for the New Day.
Oh, big time. Many of you guys listen, you know about me. You'll learn that I am huge on nerd culture, comic book culture, video games. I make a lot of jokes about the Tetris boys, but I'm very much a video gamer myself. And I appreciate some of the things that Xavier Woods in particular, highlighting nerd culture and blurred cultures. He goes to Comic-Con and Awesome Con and he cosplays. One of the coolest things was seeing New Day dress up as characters from Black Panther. If that doesn't hit home for fellow Black people who are into comic book culture, it is huge for us. And representation does matter for us. These guys have found a way to get themselves outside of the WWE to be marketable in different ways where people want to see them at Awesome Con. They're not even asking them to do, of course they'll talk wrestling there, but they're talking about comics and movies and video games. They're doing those sorts of things, making those connections with the fans, and they're genuinely likable people outside of the wrestling content that we see from them. And then to add on top of that, their in-ring ability, their mic work, especially the mic work, because we've had some black wrestlers who may not have been the best talker, but were good in ring. But we get both good in ring and mic work from these guys. Booty O cereal was sold in FYE stores. That is a good way to show that a person is being marketable outside of just wrestling. They can sell, random people can see that and be like, oh, let me try this. Even if it's a joke, it is a way to show that these guys have made an imprint in wrestling and in pop culture and nerd culture. And we have to appreciate from these guys. We really have to appreciate that. Shout out to the New Day. A Big E stopped the gyration. I mean, we need that over and done with now, but we're just happy to see you striving and succeeding. We're happy to see the success of black men in the wrestling industry now.
You know what? If I thought about people that's in this group that would be in the New Day, Jay Will, I think that you would fit right in the New Day. That's a compliment.
I'm trying to see how. I'm waiting for the insult to come because I don't believe you at this moment.
Not doing the appreciation. I'm going to make the joke. Come on, man. What kind of savage do you think I am? I think the New Day is great, man. I think the New Day, they like Colin said, like Jay Will said, like Quabo said, they etched themselves as black excellent for the current wrestlers, and they said, and I loved what Xavier Woods said back to the Undertaker, when the Undertaker called the younger wrestler soft, and he basically, I'm paraphrasing, but he basically said, I'd rather be soft than playing video games and not, drugged up and stuff like that. I thought that was a pretty strong statement, because I'm sure the New Day are locker room leaders. I'm sure that they inspire other young black kids and black people, period, and just people of color, period, to want to strive to become as great as they have. They have been. They've held the tag team belts a lot of times. They've had some classic feuds. I will say, as much as people, tag team wrestling isn't as big of a deal, at one point in time, there were two teams in the WWE that held the tag team division up. The Usos and the New Day. They had classic matches together, and they held, and I think WWE knew that. Even, which WrestleMania? That was just this past WrestleMania, when they did the three-way match with the New Day, Usos, and I forgot who that other team was. It was a third team. It was a three-way ladder match. Oh, it wasn't the Hardys, because Matt was already gone by then. I can't remember who the team was, but they put on a great.
It was Earthquake and Typhoon. It was Miz and Morrison.
Yes. Miz and Morrison. And they put on, Miz and Morrison ain't that far from the Hardys now. But anyway, they put on a great match at WrestleMania. And the New Day, man, like I said, they're just a great team. They're great brotherhood. They show you just how to value your friendship. And they're here at the end of the Four Corners of Wrestling Podcast. We make a lot of jokes. But if one thing we could take is the brotherhood from the New Day and incorporate it into what we have here, the sky's the limit. Thank you, New Day. Thank you. That's how I wrap this up. Thank you for your contributions to wrestling, and thank you for the hope and the dreams that you give people. Moving on. So we started this segment last week. It's called Promo of the Week. So I need all you fat, ugly, stupid people, and that means Colin, Jay Will, and Jose, shut up. I'm going to give the promo of the week this week.
Wait, hold on. How is it possible that you went from brotherhood to calling us fat and stupid and shutting up? What?
That's wrestling.
I see.
That's wrestling. Wrestling would in a good wrestling with good wrestling, they would have a good match between 1, 2, 3 Kid and Bob Sparkplug Holly, and then next thing you know, puppies. So yeah. Anyway, man, why you stepping on my promo?
Sorry.
Huh?
Sorry.
What are you doing?
Also, that's two different generations. 123 Kid and Sparkplug was in like 95, 94, and the Attitude Era was in 98.
Bob Sparkplug Holly definitely was in the same.
Sparky Plug was in like 94, 95. Bob Holly was in Attitude Era.
His name was Bob Sparkplug Holly before he became Bob Hardcore Holly, bro.
You're Sparkplug.
No, you know I'm right. That's why you just realized I was right.
You're not right, but it's okay.
No, how much you want to bet?
You're not going to win. We've gone over this.
I believe his running bet is $1 and a McChicken right now.
So he won. Listen, in 1994.
His name was Bob. His first name was Bob Sparkplug Holly.
And that's true. But then what you said was, real quick, there'd be a match with 123 Kid and Bob Sparkplug Holly, and then they do something with Attitude Era puppies. That's two different eras. They know they didn't. That's New Generation and Attitude Era. That's 94 and 98. That's two separate things. But let's go on. Sorry.
Why would you? Why every time? You know what? Okay.
We're a brotherhood.
No. I got you. My promo. This goes out to all the people out there in TV land, YouTube land, Twitter land, social media land. Could y'all stop doing these challenges, please? At this point, we done seen all the women naked. We done seen people hurting themselves on purpose. We got the Gorilla Glue girl. Now we got the Gorilla Glue man. That Gorilla Glue, because he didn't believe the Gorilla Glue girl, so he Gorilla Glued a cup to his lip, and now he gonna lose his lips. Please stop doing these challenges. Please, okay? And if you listen to our podcast, please don't aspire to be Colin, Jay Will, or Jose. Okay? Look at them. I mean, every time I tried to make this show good today, they made me look bad. Every time. And I'm the guest host. Who's going to want a guest host if you guys treat the guest host like this? What kind of message are you guys sending? I mean, it's just amazing.
Is this still a promo, or are you just crying?
It was part of my promo, but I'm done with my promo, man.
Sorry.
It's Valentine's Day, man. Why you treat me like this? Valentine's Day, man.
Because you're a jerk.
Okay, well, I guess I'll leave it, my promo, like this, the end of it. Hey, 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 hey. Y'all not going to sing it with me once? We can't do it together once. We supposed to be a brotherhood.
We didn't practice it, not
All
one.
right, come on, let's go.
Not one. Who's going to do the bass groove? Who's going to do the bass groove? That's what I just want to know.
I'll
do the bass groove. I'll do the high.
I'll go, do love. I'll do that. Love. That's it.
No.
Are you sure?
Take us home.
Are you sure?
Take us home. Take us home.
Jay Will, you really sound like we're disappointed.
Jay Will, just bring out your piano, bro. You know you can put this shit on the sample or something, bro. Help us out.
No, this is disgusting.
You're disgusting.
Matter of fact, speaking of disgusting, because I'm not going to avoid this, fucking Shawn Moss. No, you cannot come to the WWE.
Yeah. No, that was going to be...
No, you...
You wouldn't let me finish my promo. I was going to get to his punk ass. Hey, Bow Wow, keep your punk ass out of the wrestling. You already fucked up your rap career. Stay the fuck away from what we like, wrestling. It's pretty bad right now, and I know if you come in, you're going to make it worse. Stay your punk ass away. You are not Bad Bunny. You don't sell millions of records no more. You ain't sell millions of records since you was like 16 years old. You're like 40 now. Leave us alone. Leave us wrestling fans alone. Go find a new
Stay home, Sean. Stay home, Sean. We don't want you.
You punk.
We don't want to see that.
Go into crypto, bro. Go into crypto. Stay the fuck away from wrestling.
Is it Shad or Shad?
Who cares?
Shad? Sade?
Who cares?
Sade?
Go Harlem shake your ass at home. We don't want to see that shit.
Yeah, we don't want you to come here, man. Talk about you going to... Listen, you know what? If you do come, I hope Retribution whoops your ass.
You ain't Omarion.
Right. You're right. You're not Chris Brown.
You ain't Mario. You ain't Mario.
You're not none of them. You're freaking 4'2", and you. Listen, man. Bow Wow, please, for all of us, stay away from professional wrestling. And if you are going to go do professional wrestling, go to Impact so none of us will see you.
I mean, I'll still watch him because I have to watch it.
I mean, in all fairness, devil's advocate, let's be for real here. If Shawn came to the WWE, Dominic would have somebody that he can actually beat.
On that note, we're going to wrap it up, people. And, you know, we got some great podcasts on the 613 network. We got Facts that comes on every Friday at 8 a.m. Facts Fridays with Miss Trini, Miss T, Mo Keezy, Shantae, Dynasty, and the homegirl Shonda. They give it to you rough and raw, man. They give it to you real, man. Please tune in. They're great, and they're celebrating Black History Month also. Also, we got Tone and Cash Gaming Pad Podcast. Don't y'all say nothing about Tone and Cash. I see you wanting to say something, and if you say something about Tone and Cash Gaming Pad Podcast, I'm bringing them back on this show, and I'm letting them wreak havoc.
Boo. Boo.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Dr. Mario and Luigi.
Tone and Cash will be back next week, y'all. Nah, I'm just playing. They won't be back next week. They're probably busy. They're probably busy. They're more popular than these guys. They people love them. Yeah. So
they're busy in their basement looking up cheat codes. Good one.
That was damn. I can't even get nothing back for that. But they come on Thursday at 11 o'clock a.m. on the 613 Faye YouTube channel. I'm sorry. And, we come to you every Thursday at 9:30 a.m. for our old school show. Of course, this show is live, and we will be back next week on the 613 Faye Network. What is... You know what? I should have rehearsed this part.
Marshall, please hurry up and get back. He's holding us hostage.
Please hurry
up.
Back,
please,
Marshall.
Jesus. Hurry.
What's the name?
Please.
What's the catchphrase that Marshall says on this show?
That he likes catch up with his pizza.
Oh, well, I'm about to end the show, y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. And y'all sure you're not going to do it with me one time, man? Just once?
Aren't you going to be like, hey, y'all, where can we check y'all out?
Do a key check.
Fight beard fights.
Jay, will at least give us a key check, bro, man.
Did you guys have fun? Did you guys have fun today?
No, the fuck? No.
No. It's like, I had fun. That shit was hilarious.
I had fun.
This was fun no matter how much Mike forced us to try to sing with him.
Yes, find us on 613 Faye. And first of all, Colin, hold on, before I say anything about promoting the channel, Marshall don't ask y'all to promote y'all stuff. So don't try to come over here and try to bogart me. He don't care about y'all stuff.
True.
He don't ask y'all nothing.
Facts.
You wish you
like the show.
Marshall. Y'all wish I was the host of this show. I'll take this show to the next level.
If we did, it would be an Impact Zone kind of ring.
I'm the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be when it comes to entertaining the masses, the people, the millions and millions of people that view us every week. It's millions of people that listen to this show every week. Millions, I tell you.
Can't they see the views? Can they see the number of views?
Yeah, that's lying.
Take us
It's
home.
fake news.
I see. It's
That's
fake news.
It's fake.
It is.
It's fake. We got way more subscribers than y'all think that we do.
Seriously, it's true.
We just show y'all the ones that we want to show y'all.
By the way, speaking of fake news, fuck Donald Trump. Fuck that guy.
Yes.
And all those bitches that acquitted him. Fuck all of them. And the 74 million people that voted for him, fuck them too.
Hey,
Sorry.
You know what? I was going to say something else, but I'm going to end it on that. And if you didn't know where you're at, this is In the Four Corners of Wrestling Podcast on the 613 Network. And everybody, enjoy your Valentine's Day. And before I go, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're going to do it. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. We're going to sing it together. Ready, y'all? 1, 2, 3. Hey, 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 hey,
Jesus.
Hey.
hey, hey, hey.
See, they don't be showing up for practice, bro. They don't show up for watch parties. They don't show up for